It's just me, Scottie McClue, and we are, of course, live on the big one. I hope you can hear me and see me. So much to talk about tonight, so little time to do it. It's Saturday night, 9 o'clock sharp. Nothing gets past me, I can tell you. And you should be able to see me on the YouTube channel and on the TikTok. I tell you, there's DJ has joined us, Fish Supper, Francis has joined us, Leslie's joined us, the Green Man. Sarah's joined us, fantastic. Johnny's joined us, and Scott. Guys, tell us where you're watching from. This is fantastic, but do let us know where you're watching from, and then I can see you see, and we can get all the chat done. Fantastic stuff. That's what it's about. Glasgow Rangers has joined us. Is that the whole team? Robbie's joined us, GB has joined us, and James has joined us. So tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're joining from, guys, and then we can get a hold of you. I didn't have time tonight to send out the video to let you know that we were going live in a minute or two, so if you could share it, that would be just amazing. I tell you. There we go. So talk to me and let me know what's what. We've only got an hour. We want to get as many of you on as possible and get all the chit-chatting chatted. That's what it's about, I say to you. I'm watching from the town of Lindsay, says Robbie. Robbie, we love Lindsay. Hello from Dublin, lad. Griffo. How lovely to have you with us from Dublin City. I tell you, do you know Molly Malone? I tell you. Watching from France. That's what it's about. Have you had a wee trim, Sir Scotty? Well, I've just smartened myself up for you all, you know. That's what we like to do, I tell you. Come and join us. Tell us where you're watching from, guys. Remember, any silliness, lifetime ban. And we're quite tough on that one. So you could be out the door just for being a wee bit silly, thinking you were being a smarty, and you weren't. I tell you, thank you for my beautiful gifts and my fantastic journey. James Bond has joined us. Very nice to have you with us, sir. Scotty, is it true that the cry was no surrender? No, we surrendered. It was called Brexit. So the cry was surrender at Brexit. I tell you, that's the one. That was the cry that went up. I tell you, where in Scotland, says Griffo? Where am I in Scotland? On the west coast, Griffo. Yes, between Glasgow and the west. I tell you, Brexit was good. Yeah, so we believe, yes, but it cost us 500 billion quid. So is that good, I say? Would you say that's good? Well, there we are. I tell you, if somebody was sending me the 500 billion, I would say that was good. We at the Pollock Mary Hill game today. No, that's a luxury I was denied today, unfortunately. Scotty, how are you doing? Dinky-Doo, can I get a wee shout out? Criffle in southwest Scotland. I know Criffle very, very well. Just outside Dumfries. Guys, get following on the TikTok and go up to the bio and subscribe to the YouTube channels. We're not out of the EU yet, I tell you. All the world's a stage, indeed. What's your opinion on Trump's royal visit? I thought it was spectacular. And I thought the president was absolutely amazing. He's adored in this country. You know, there's always a few dafties shaking, but they're going to be doing that. They don't know if they're in Wemsby or Mumbai. Not seen you in a while, says Angela Dinky-Doo. Yes, Southerness and Kipford Marina. Very, very nice. And Southerness, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Dinky-Doo, Lord Scottie of Scotland. I tell you now, what's the wee village that you've got round there? Is it Rockcliffe? There's a Rockcliffe near Kipford and a Rockcliffe near Carlisle. Dinky-Doo, Lord Scottie of Scotland. I thank you. Where have you been, sir? I've been here. I've been wanting to talk to you all. So tell us where you're watching from. Amazing. Now, how do we get the private chat on here? How do we get the chit chat on here? I ask you. Let me just see. Aha. There. Oh, here we are. We are laughing. This is amazing because, guys, I've tried to pull a fast one tonight and get the 2 YouTube channels. Is your name John? Yes, John Scott McClue. JS. I tell you. Now, here, let's get the chat going. Has the show started yet? Says Numpty Heed. No, Numpty Heed. It'll be starting in about an hour if you want to come back then. There you go. Good evening, Scottie Tupsler. Hey, a very good evening to you. Very good call last week. Good evening, Scottie. All good with you? All good, Frank. Absolutely, and I hope with you. Good evening, Scottie, says the wonderful Susan. Absolutely good evening. Absolutely good evening. Rick Hunter, fantastic. Hello from Alabama, Scottie. I hope you're well, my awesome friend, Rick. You all have a nice day now. This is fantastic in Alabama. Hi, Numpty. So Susan's out. The show must have started, Numpty, because Susan's asking. So there you are. Were you in Still Game? No, Jack, but I was the original inspiration for it, apparently, according to the Still Gamers themselves. Hello, Phil Larky, says Matt. Matt, we love Larky, the longest main street in the world. You can drive for hours, and you say, where am I? I'm going to be on the main street, Larko. Good evening, sir, from Northern Ireland. We love you in Northern Ireland. Hello from Dundee, Bonnie Dundee, Dinky-Doo. So there we are. What a very strange thing to ask. Do you like World War II? I don't think anybody liked World War II. From Blantyre or Blantyre? Which do you prefer? I tell you. And are you lower Blantyre or upper Blantyre? There we are. Hi, everybody. Dinky-Doo, lovely to have you with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yo, Scottie, says Ian. Fantastic, Ian. And we're going to get the phones fired up in a few minutes, guys. Just saying hello, I hope all's well. JH, absolutely. Thinking about you this week, JH. Don't freak out. But I was just wondering how you were getting on. Bit of a top man, you. Hello from Dollar. You may have heard of it. Oh, Dollar. Dollar Academy. Very nice. Yes, we know Dollar out in the hill foots. Evening, Scottie. Hope you're well. Are the McClues from the southeast of England? Well, I think they were originally pie men from Ireland. Absolutely. Hi, Scottie. How the devil are you, my good man? People putting up flags on council lampposts they did not have permission. I wonder. Yes, that's right. Well, no, you probably do need permission, don't you, to decorate the lampposts. Remember Mr. Martin? Yes, I do. Scottie, should we have another referendum? Oh, definitely. Brian, have as many as possible. But rather than waste any time or money, what to do with the referendum is say, look, everybody in Scotland backs the king 100%. We will never, ever, ever change our royal setup, and the monarch will always be our head of state. Then the unionists will think, well, I thought that there were just a bunch of sort of lefties and nats and all that, but in actual fact, if they're keeping the crown, we'll maybe go with them. And that was 50% of your vote. Brian Dock says, can we have our own monarchy? Well, we've got our own monarchy. We elected our king in April 1320 and his heirs and successors. So there you go. But once we've done that and cleared that little thing up so that your unionists can't go, oh, no, I'm a good save the king man. I'm no good for independence. You see, no. Independence is way, 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 way above any political party. And I would go so far as to say independence is economic. Yeah. And then we don't send 90 billion to Westminster every year and get our pocket money back for a couple of penny chews. If we left the UK, we wouldn't have a king. The SNP wouldn't have, well, that's your problem, you see. But you would have a king because Scotland took over the English crown in 1603, and the Scottish monarch became the Scottish and English monarch and Welsh and Irish. So there you are at the time. Can we join the two main football clubs to save money and become a stronger Glasgow team? I've been saying it for years, sell Gers. No, I think Glasgow United. That's what you want there, chums. I tell you. So there we are. What else is happening in the chat here? Hello, my old China, says the wonderful Murray O'Donnell. Murray, hello. How lovely to have you back with us. This is fabulous. There we go. Stuart says, from Brazil. I tell you. Hi, everybody. Dinky-Doo. Murray, I hope you're well. It'll be coming into wood burning time soon. So I hope you've not been working too hard with your chopper. Hi, Scottie. How does the situation in America play out, do you think? I think it plays out fantastically well. Donald Trump knows what he's doing. Jay says, did you ever have a Jaguar, Scottie? I've had, now don't start calling me two Jags, because I didn't have them at the same time, but I've had two Jaguars. I had my first Jaguar when I was 29, so I was quite old. And then I went on to Land Rovers. So there we go. So no, America's looking good. It's how does it play out here? That's what we want. Brian Doc's giving me the thumbs up. Absolutely, Brian Doc. There we go. So let's not be having independence just to do with the SNP. So, Scottie, you're looking the age you aimed for in the 90s. Yes. Well, I'm in my 70th year. So there we go. I tell you. Beautiful car, the Jag. Well, they were always beautiful, I tell you. They're always beautiful. I had the 4.2 straight 6, and then the V12. So there we are. All right, Scottie, how's things? Dinky-Doo. I remember I used to rip the pash out of you 20-odd years ago when you were on the radio. J-Boy, nobody has ever ripped the pash out of me. I've only met one bad man, and he thought he could tack the pash, but that sort of failed. But it cost a lot of money at the time. So there you are. Brian Doc says he tore you a new something or other. Can't quite see that. So the taxi drivers, lol, Dinky-Doo. So there we are. Yes, Brian, you're quite right. I probably did tear them a new one at the time. There we are, but nobody has ever succeeded in getting one over McClue. There we are. Specs on, Mr. McClue. Have I got them? Yes, I've got them here. I might just pop them on. The only trouble is my eyesight's changed. It's got better since I went on the Life Wave patches. You're a royalist, you bam. Everybody should be a royalist, you bam. Love John Scott FM. Yes, absolutely. We're probably going back on the radio. I've heard the song, Donald, Where's Your Trousers? And I thought of you and your lovely country, says the wonderful Simon Lambert in Ulster. Dinky-Doo, Mr. McClue. It's quite magnificent to see our friend Mr. Trump at Windsor this week. Outstanding. The man's outstanding. Clever, funny as well, and he's gorgeous first lady. And did you see her? She's getting on so well with our Kate, and marvelous, and Her Majesty the Queen. Yes. So there we go. Woo! Just a quick mop down before we try them. So the problem is, because my eyesight's changed, because I'm getting well with the Life Wave patches, I can't necessarily see with the glasses on. So that's what I'm seeing with the glasses. Scottie, I tell you, the Dinky-Doo. Let's just see what's going on here. Rick, you have a call in tonight. First caller from the USA gets a free Cadillac. Says Tuxwahay. I think it might be a model Cadillac, Rick. Scottie, should be concerned about the growth of Islam in the West. Well, Islam has always been a very big world religion. And remember, religion has never, ever, 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 ever caused a problem. What causes the problem, if there is one, is a lack of knowledge and understanding of religion. So there we are. Just a wee bit about the bad man. Well, Jay, we can't go into talking about the bad man, but he knows who he is, I tell you. So there we are. There's Ian, Dinky-Doo. Ian, lovely to have you. Inversnake says me. Most wars in history due to religion. Well, Second World War, not due to religion. First World War, not due to religion. Gunboat diplomacy, not due to religion. Russian Revolution, not due to religion. French Revolution, 1789, not due to religion. Just trying to think. I suppose a lot of the skirmishes in the Middle East could be put down to religion, but I would think more to extremism. There we are. Understand you? Yeah, Jay, of course you do. You know exactly where I come from. I've been a wee tad busy, sir. Well, Murray, you will be busy. Top people are busy. I remember somebody telling me they watched an interview with J. Paul Getty, and somebody had asked him the question, said, you seem to be quite serious. And he said, if I had that level of money, I don't know that I would be as serious as you. And he said, well, looking after money is a very serious business. Did you see the lovely Patriots in Buchanan Street steps today? I didn't, Carbolic. I wasn't in the tune today. So there we are. So we'll have to see what is what. How could you say the Second World War was nothing to do with religion? The Jews. Yes, so that was included in it. And I mean, that will always happen because you'll get people who you perceive as different and include them in the war. But it wasn't religion that started it. And the murder of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand at Sarajevo, not religious. So there you go. But yes, they'll draw religion into it and would do it again. If we went to war tonight, God forbid, then they would be very quick to drag the religion into it. But if you have a look at the history, for instance, Second World War, all the religions fought together. There we are. Spoke about the tune this week with my mate. Yes, indeed, Dinky-Doo, I say to you. The town was Hamilton, and the tune was Glasgow. Yes, indeed, you go into the town. Well, we did the same in Greenock. You went up the town. Some people went down the town. I think it was just where you stayed. So, Murray, I'm not saying necessarily you are have the money of J. Paul Getty, but you are a very busy man. You're a very senior man. And there we have it. I'm a jag man myself, says Murray. Yes, but I'm afraid I can't come into the latest era, Murray. So I had to jump off at the cross halfway with that wonderful Mark. So there we go. And I was never particularly keen, and this is just opinion, I was never particularly keen in the one directly after the Series 3. I stand corrected, Scotty, no bother at all. I remember you gave a listener on your radio a microwave oven. Oh, Henry, I used to go and give away a lunch with SCOTTIE McCLUE. Was very sought after, believe it or not. 70 years young and still as sharp as a tack. David, you have to be as sharp as a tack. Otherwise, what are you playing at? Why would you call yourself a broadcaster? The top broadcaster and the world's most humble man. Just in case anybody thinks I'm blowing trumpets. We don't want that. I tell you. Gerard says the LifeWave patches. Yes, get onto them, Gerard. I've got the special channel. And it was called SCOTTIE McCLUE Health. It's now called SCOTTIE McCLUE Wealth, because people are very interested in the business side of the LifeWave patches. But I would say, sound advice, get your patches first, try them out, see how it goes, order them through lifewave.com/Big Talk Man, and you are in business yourself. And then if you wanted to take it further, give them 3 months, see how it goes. I tell you, Star Wars not due to religion. Tuxrahay, fair point, actually. What do you mean you support Partick Thistle? Well, everybody supports Partick Thistle. Everywhere we go. Have you seen the film, Scotty? Which particular film? About the Getty kidnapping, all the money in the world. Yes, I mean, money is what it is. The only true wealth is life. So there you go. So when people say, Scotty, would you not like to be rich? I say, well, I'm probably the richest man in the world. Oh, but you don't have as much money. I said, no. Being rich is not about money. That's having a lot of money. That's different to being wealthy. That's different to being rich. Remind the ladies to keep their horns in their halfpennies, Scotty says. Wombat, 1212. Absolutely. Guys, I want 1 million followers on the TikTok. 1 million followers. And I want, what do I want on here? 1 million followers on the TikTok. And I want 1 million subscribers to the YouTube channels. Get up to the bio as well and start subscribing big time, all of you. Otherwise, it makes a nonsense of the whole thing. The wonderful Chrissy Sweeney. Hello, Scotty. Hello, Chrissy. Dinky-Doo. Top of the evening to you, my darling. French hospitals told prepare for war in March. Gerard, I think we need to get rid of this whole concept of war. Have they not had enough? Now, I've let world leaders off with it in the past because they weren't educated. Today's world leaders are all educated. No need for war. Jaw. Hail, hail from South London. Chrissy South London. You're down south. I'm from Green Bay, WI in the USA. Trump? No, James. I tell you, look at the start of your second name. No, absolutely not. No, Trump is an absolute top man. Don't be fooled. I'll tell you, your health is your wealth. It is, Amy. And that's your only wealth, really. South Wales here. Celtic, says Chrissy. Yes, you're from Ireland. You're a Celt. Is that right? Yes, says James. So there you are, James. So no. Absolutely 100% wrong. What you'll find, James, I don't want you, because I'm sure you're a very nice guy, so I don't want you feeling silly. No surrender from Belfast. Oh, that's too late. You're too late. We surrendered at Brexit. Port Glasgow, says Chrissy. Chrissy, did you see my programme? I think it's only a few minutes from Port Glasgow. So there we are. Trump is a wall leaper or something, says Pete. Yes. He can make huge leaps of faith. Brexit was the exit. Absolutely, but I don't think we've actually left yet. Evening, Scotty, who says, wonderful PA Grant. Used to listen to you back in the 90s on Hallam FM. You came back to Magic AM for a while in the early 2000s. I did. And today I've just posted some stuff from that era when we were all over the country, to just outside London to the Scottish border. Russia flexing their muscles. What would be quite good is to say, what are you wanting? And then have a discussion. Scotty, how are you? It's Alan from Madrid, Northumberland. I love the words, but it's actually Dreich, D-R-E-I-C-H. But Dreich is nice. Beware of Dreichs bearing gifts. In Northumberland, Alan, Fantastic. Give us a call tonight, We're going to open the phones in a wee minute. Hi, Scotty. Great seeing you again. Please say hello to Kate and send her lots of love. Hope she has a great weekend. That's from Julia. Julia, thank you for that. Absolutely. And hi to Kate from Julia and Scottie McClue. Oh, it's wonderful stuff, I tell you. Busy tonight, guys. Busy. I'm going to treat myself, says Chrissy. Chrissy, you're treating yourself now. You're watching Scottie McClue. Scottie, what's the difference between light and hard? I would think if you're talking about a Victoria sponge, probably 3 days in a tin. So there you go. It's seriously dreich in dollar. You've missed out an eye, Jay. So there we are. I tell you, God bless you. God bless you. Hail, hail, Chrissy. There we are. Joss Liam has joined us. How fantastic is that? I tell you. So, Kate, dinky-doo to you. There we go. All the chat's great tonight, guys. We're doing great stuff here. No. Guys, we never ever asked for anything, but they've remonetized the YouTube channel. So there you go, because the YouTube channel was demonetized because I was doing it for love and showing you all the movies, but the movie channel's done its stuff now. The American dollar is expected anywhere in the world. Yes, well, it's presented anywhere in the world, of course. Well, can I say, the only time I've had difficulty with a currency was trying to give a petrol station in Berkshire a Scottish tenner. I'm learning to spell better every day, Scottie J. You're fantastic. Nothing wrong with your spelling. I was just making sure that you knew. So there we go. Never mind, Scottie, sitting with the stove on and a wee dram. Alan, absolutely. I don't do the wee dram, but I do the stoves. I loved it. When I stayed, I'll take the glasses off. When I stayed out in the country, the farm used to give me logs, and it was just brilliant. Off to Amsterdam for a stag this weekend. Murray, would you not be better going up to the moors for a stag? So there you are. I've never ever seen one in Amsterdam. I think the canals frighten them off. Scottie, tenner, tell them if they don't want them, I will take them. Absolutely, Ian. No, I'm just saying I don't know if we've still got the dollar sign at the bottom of the chat. Perhaps not. So there you are, just testing the water. And if somebody sees it, try it out with £1. I'd love to hear you read out the football results on TV. It'd be awesome. Simon Lambert, I did for almost 5 years. And I'll tell you what else I read out, the Shinty results. People loved it, and I can remember doing a little bit of commentary that was scripted. And they all said, oh, Scottie, I wish you'd commentate. And I thought, I don't know enough about football. So there we are. Never stuck in at school, but learned to spell better. Jay, it doesn't matter. You take your time. I said to a friend once who sent me, he said, I've sent this email out, and the spelling wasn't good in it. And I said, yeah, but we can't send it out. We'll need to sort the spelling. He went, no, that's just for you. I'm dyslexic. I had to get somebody to type my honours law degree. Oh, can't afford coal. Camming charges £42 a bag, logs all the way. Well, logs used to be about 15 quid. I mean, it's disgusting that people are paying through the nose for power. And I can remember grade A coal at 12 and 6 a bag when the lorry went round the houses going, coal, coal. And the guys put the bags on their back and put it down the chute. I tell you, wow, a law degree, absolutely, Jay. There's nothing to stop you, Jay. You're a very clever man. You get going. You and the wonderful Lorna. How do you think Scotland's most successful sports star, Scottie? Eric Liddell, Chris Hoy and Andy Murray. No, that's fantastic. There's the boxers as well, I mean, you've got Benny Lynch and James Watt and all that. But Eric Liddell was wonderful. Sadly, Eric didn't live long. Yeah, if it's dyslexia, they usually edit it and sort the spelling mistakes. Absolutely. Because I came in one night and I thought there's a presence in this house, and there was a witch sitting at my computer. A witch. I said, what are you doing? She said, just a quick spell check. So there you have it. Thanks for your encouragement. Not at all, Jay. There's lots of that. I mean, remember, I've encouraged probably hundreds and hundreds of people to spell and to write. Ken Buchanan, yes. Amy, I was just thinking Ken as well. Fantastic stuff. We've had a lot of sports stars. Andy Murray, wonderful man. Stephen Henry, absolutely, David, another wonderful character. Oh, there's been so many sports stars, you know. Scottie McClue, wonderful. Yes, I was very good. I was a black belt in karaoke. Did you know Glenn Michael? Yes, I did, Scottish. I used to see Glenn every day because I worked at Scottish television for years. And he was always lovely. He always had a lovely smile. And great chap. No side to him. Just a very, very, very nice man. And of course, as a wee one, I loved his programme. Dare I say it, Jockey Wilson? Yes, another wonderful athlete, Jockey. Fantastic. Scotty, are the calls open? Kareem, since it's you, I will open the calls. The calls are now open, Kareem. So you can fill your boots, ring your boots off, and the number should be in front of you on the YouTube. Is it there? The legend's back. Absolutely, Richard. DINKY-DOO from Scottie McClue, I say to you. Guys, get sharing this. I've got 767 likes, guys. Now, by this time, we're normally in. We're halfway through the program, over halfway. I thought I'd been up for 2 minutes. I've been up for 31 minutes. What to do is everybody tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap. Everybody doing that. And see if you can beat 41,000 in the next half hour. So there we are. Have you got the number, Kareem, or do you want me to give it out to you? 0333 335 6709. There we are. I tell you. Evening, Scotty. Hope you're well. There's the wonderful Richard Tanner, absolute top DJ. Are you doing a Hogmanay bash this year? I think so, Alan. I'm going to talk to some very senior people again. I talk to senior people all the time. What about we Archie Gemmell? Oh, listen, when you get into the footballers, Jinky Johnson. Tell you what was incredible about Ken Buchanan. He never fought in his home city of Edinburgh. He fought local fighters in USA, Canada, South Africa, Puerto Rico, Italy, Denmark, and Russia. Jackie Stewart, says Susan. Big style, Jackie Stewart. Another great sports person. Yes, indeed, the wonderful Jackie Stewart from Dumbarton. Oh, you can't beat that. Kenny Burns, yes, indeed. Jock Steen. Lots and lots of wonderful athletes when you start. Yes, Kenny Dalglish. Who else have we got? Can you do 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. calls, Scotty? Alan, we might do it just for you one evening. We'll promote it round the social media. I mean, get on to Scottie McClue on Facebook. No disrespect. No, I agree with you. No disrespect. Fantastic. What are the patches you speak of, says Neil O'Gormley? What they are, Neil, is I maybe have some with me. Yes. There's the main one I use, Neil, the X39, right? And they're from, if you go on to lifewave.com/Big Talk Man and look at my health channel on YouTube, you'll get the lot. There's a patch there, Neil. All right, that's all it is. And 2 little peel-offs at the back, and you put it on. You stick it on. 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and I've been on them for 3 months now, and my health has improved dramatically. So I would urge you to have a look at them. Oh, who have we got here, guys? Hang on. Hello, you're live on Scotty's Phone In. Wait a minute now.
Scotty.
Yeah, stay there.
Yeah, how you doing?
Kareem, stay there. We're just getting you sorted. We've got a tiny adjustment needed. See, this studio doubles up during the week, Kareem, and there's all sorts of different things. So just bear with me for a wee second. There we are. That's us there. And we'll get you on. Right. Right. Can anybody hear me now? Is that it? Are we all in business now? Are we going there? Amy says, another side hustle, pull the wrong hingway out. But it shouldn't be, Kareem, because everything. And can you hear yourself all right?
I can hear everything, Scottie, yes.
Yeah, so everything's all is well there. But just bear with me a wee second, Kareem, because it's always good to see what's what. Plug the wrong one in, they're all saying. What have you done, Scottie? Always, everybody's very quick to have a go, you see. But we will sort it. Sound, right? I think that's that. How's that, guys? Can you hear me now? Is everything all right? Are we in business?
I can hear you.
That's it. Good. We've got it. We've done it. I'm so chuffed with it. I cannot stop smiling when we sort something. Tups says, Scottie, stop. It's good now. So there we are. Tups, what I was saying is when you were on about the patches, it's not all about you. Remember, other people, are interested. Tups says, for God's sake, don't do anything else. No, I won't touch a thing. That's it. There we are. That's your lot. Right. Sorry, Kareem. We're back in business.
Yes. No, it was just a wee general call just to see how you are. I had to laugh earlier on. I was in the car, and as you know, radio is power. I was flicking through all the radio stations, and they've already now got the Christmas radio stations up.
For goodness sake, it's just amazing, isn't it? Well, I mean, you see, I think commercially people are going to be desperate. Murray says you'll need to extend the show tonight because we lost that. There's the wonderful Susan. Susan, have you got it back now?
Hi, Susan.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
But, yeah, so you're totally right, and I just think I know some people moan about it, but it cheers you up because you know that season's coming and people coming together, and it's a time of year where people are nicer to each other, or should be nicer to each other.
Well, Kareem, although Christmas is a Christian festival, if you go back, it was the old Yuletide winter festival. And there was a saying that said, a green Yule makes for a fat kirkyard.
Right.
And what they meant was, if it wasn't cold enough, it didn't kill off all the germs, and people died. So the winter festival, where you stored up your wood, right? Murray still does it. Murray buys into the winter festival, stored up your wood and your food, and also when you would probably salt your beef, and you would perhaps even pickle stuff, fruit and things like that, and then bring them out for the winter festival. And if you think your good old-fashioned traditional Christmas, we used to say your English Christmas, because in Scotland when I was wee, Christmas was a celebration, but it wasn't the main festival. The main festival was Hogmanay and Nerday, New Year's Day. You see? So my dad, I can remember my dad went to work on Christmas morning, and people were very pleased to see him because a lot of his work was perhaps emergency work,
Yeah. Right, okay.
So there we are.
Well, times have changed, haven't they?
As Tapswahey is saying to Susan, I'm afraid it works for me, and I think others maybe try reloading your browser tab. Wow. Murray says, only 12 weeks till... Oh, Murray, you get the wood in. I tell you. So, if you look at carols like Good King Wenceslas looked out, we all sing Good King Wenceslas looked, but it's Good King Wenceslas, but it's then last looked out. But it may be Good King Wenceslas looked out, probably, and that's got a little bit corrupted over the piece. But, gathering winter fuel when a poor man came in sight. So you helped the poor, you helped those that were out in the cold. Wee bit like today, actually. Tup says Scottie's dad was Bob Cratchit.
There we go.
I was Tiny Tim. Tups is in a bit of a wee touch of a sharp tongue mood tonight, I think.
Well, Scottie, as I said, I just thought that was quite interesting in terms of with the Christmas carols coming on, and I think more and more people will start listening to LNL every year. I know I do anyway.
Well, so, what it is, Kareem, people are needing cheered up, and that's one reason I do this. You know, as I say, there's nothing in it for me nowadays. Somebody was saying the other day, what about doing this? What about? And I said, listen, I've nothing to prove. We've been 33 years, and every time we go on, we bring huge audiences to whatever it is. And then we get the wee shaky people going, oh, I don't know. You know, and you think, well, one day Scottie will just know be here. And then how are you going to get on with your don't know then? You see? And it's what they call, I spoke to somebody about a couple of radio bosses once, and they said, well, their trouble, Scottie, is that they're risk averse. Do you see what I mean? They don't, they can't take that. You see, I worked for big players, Kareem, and they were the decision makers. There was nobody above them going to go, what are you doing with him? You know, they were the decision makers, and they used to, you know, invite me in for a coffee, very, very civilized, and say, how are you, and what's happening, and how's your mum, and have you still got the dog, and well, there's the coffee arriving, and thanks, and there's some lovely biscuits there, Scottie, and well, thanks for coming in. You may have gathered, but we want you to come and work for us. Oh, thank you very much. I'm very flattered. Well, I wouldn't do that till we've told you what we're going to pay you. And you might not be so flattered, and I'll say, oh, I think that's actually very kind, you know, or whatever. But there was a lot of humour and a lot of fun in it, because they thought, like the old conversation was, one of them said, can we afford to have Scottie McClue on our station? And the big boss said, can you afford not to have Scottie McClue at your station? Exactly. Do you see what I mean? Because it changes the whole thing. It means people are going, get in there. Now, I've then got to deliver. So, you know, the gloves come off, but you know, good stuff.
Good time, Scottie, and it's all there, and people listen to it, and I've certainly listened to it on the TikTok and on your YouTube, and
well, although I say it myself, Kareem, there's some incredible stuff comes up on the old the TikTok, and I mean that TikTok's fantastic. And of course, America is going to sign a deal, or have signed a deal, and you know, there could be changes very, very soon. Now, I'd be very interested in seeing how that pans out. But the TikTok, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And others, the problem is social media can become a victim of its own success. And if you have too much media, then people get fed up because they say, I'm not getting the results I require. You know? See, everybody's a broadcaster. You're a mainstream broadcaster. People shout to me out car windows, "Hiya, Scottie McClue, I heard you and Kareem." And I go, all right, yeah, do you like it even? And they give you the thumbs up and drive on, because they don't want the cameras to distract them. You know?
Well, Scottie, you're the star, and as I said, you're the gaffer. And I remember a video came up the other day, you know, your timeline on Facebook, and it was up from, like, it was the lockdown times. It was like a video that I shared, and you know, that I remember back then, and I'm sure a lot of people listening just now, that was the highlight of getting up every day. You were there in the morning and then late afternoon. The people phoning in, the talking, that got me through lockdown, and I'm sure it got many other people.
Well, we may well go back to that. I mean, I'm you know, thinking about what to do with what time I've got left, and I want to spend it wisely. But you need to try and get a few pennies coming in as well, you know. So it's getting, well, the cost of living, and it's getting the balance right, Kareem. So we'll do a wee bit cost of living and a wee bit good work, and then we'll see if we can get back on. I've been maxed recently because there's a lot happens all the time. I mean, people don't realize, and I would never bore them with it, but during the day, there's discussions, there's calls, there's talks with people in the media. A lot of people now, I mean, I don't want this to sound like trumpet blowing, but people ring me for advice. They go, aha, can I just run something past you? And I always word it, I say, well, that's what I would do, but don't take my word for it. And they go, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
I was just interested. And then I watch and see them implement it.
Yeah, no, it's a way. You've done it, you've seen it, you're wise, you know your stuff, Scottie.
Well, I've only made one major mistake, and that was being involved with the bad man. And that's the only one bad man I've ever met, you know?
But I'm sure you learned that lesson, you know, upwards and onwards.
Learned a lesson, my goodness me. What my grandfather used to say, he was a very wise man, and he used to say, experience is a great teacher, but he asks a high price. That was him. He was amazing. He was always teaching me from a tiny and teaching me to sing. I mean, I'm not the greatest singer in the world, but I love doing a wee bit of singing now and again. You'll see the odd duet or something, you know. Just a bit of fun.
Well, listen, Scottie, thank you for taking my call. I'm glad I got through. I'm going to save this number, so I should save this number and get rid of the old number.
Well, no, save this. Well, no, because this is a temporary number. So I've been speaking to them. They had to transfer it over from the previous company because they stopped. So you can transfer it over. And these phones, I think you'll agree, are absolutely superb. I had to shell out a few pennies, but they're just excellent. It's just different class. And they are in the process of transferring the number. So maybe even within the next week or so, you know.
Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll put this as Scottie number 2, and obviously I'll keep the old number and we'll
keep the old number there. 0141628 9795.
Yeah.
And thank you.
DINKY-DOO, Scottie.
DINKY-DOO, top man. Catch up soon.
Thank you. Have a good week. Bye.
Bless you, Kareem. Top man. There we are. Always a good call from our Kareem. Murray, you're some man. You've really stayed the course tonight. Love the festive period. People are much more receptive and generous with their time and conversation. Short days, I think you mean short days, and long nights means we should all be more appreciative of each other. Absolutely, Murray. And of course, people are on their phones all the time now, but I think that's changing. And, you know, telephone! Tell me if you can hear this one. Hello, you're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Scottie, Tutswahi.
Tutswahi, how are you, la? Listen, you've got to think there are other people on the planet as well as yourself, and they might be interested in just hearing about the patches.
Oh, don't listen. We are never going to see eye to eye on the patches. So I think it's okay if we just draw a line
we can draw a line under it, love. So there you are. But you'll have to draw a line as well and not go, oh, no, please don't tell me we're here again. And all that sort of argument.
No, I reserve the right to make some spiky comments about it. But
listen, absolutely. You had your sharp tongue on tonight.
I'm not going to disappear because of it, though.
There's Murray shouting, Yahoo the tops.
I'm not entirely. Is that not like some Zimbabwean obscenity? I'm not sure.
Yahoo? No, I don't think so. No. No, Murray would never utter an obscenity, and I doubt a Zimbabwean one.
As a testament to how much the chat can go different ways, you were talking about good King Wenceslas tonight.
Yes, Wenceslas last looked out. Yes.
It reminded me of one of the worst jokes I've ever heard, which I'm going to share with the world.
Yes, go on. Is it clean?
You probably know it. You've probably heard it before. Everybody's probably heard it before, but I'll try it. How does King Wenceslas like his pizza to be cooked?
Oh, go on.
Deep pan, crisp and even.
Deep pan, crisp and even. We absolutely love it.
Oh, that's a stinker. It's a stinker.
I like the wonderful comedian, and one of his jokes, he says he phoned up the pizza shop and the guy goes, Hello, Pizzas, Mark speaking. How can I help you? He goes, have a guess, Mark. You know, and he says, would you have a real light lens for a Mark II Cortina? And it's true, you know. I mean, people, how can I help? You know, it's all that sort of stuff. Hello, you're through to Faults. How can I help? Oh, have a guess.
You know, one thing that really bugs me is being referred to as a customer. The courts are starting to do that. The courts are actually talking about the accused as a customer.
The one I liked was when the judge looked up and he said, "You stand before me today for heavy drinking." And he said, "Right, my lord, let's get on with it."
I have heard of cases where judges have actually fallen asleep during trials.
I was talking to a top lawyer one time, and he was in one of the, what would you call it? The, let's just say out in the stakes courts, you know, and he was in one of these, and there'd a guy in up in front of him, and he said, "Do you have anything to say?" And this guy started, and he effed and he jeffed his way through the whole lot, including all of them. And the top lawyers looked at the judge thinking, how's he going to react to this? And he said, well, he's made his point.
By the way, I've got the chat on the window in front of me, and Amy just did the best comment of the evening. You need to patch things up between the two of you.
Yeah, you need to patch things up between you. So we do, absolutely. No, the only thing, I'll leave it after this, but had the patches not worked so well for me, I would certainly not have done anything more with them. So it's as simple as that. You know, I mean, it's just, I just thought to myself, my goodness, I've got to share this, because what's in it for me is, you know, it doesn't matter one way or the other, you know. Yeah.
Okay. But listen, we don't have much time. I was just very quickly going to say, unless you blocked me already.
Of course not.
I was just going to say quickly, you mentioned John Paul Getty earlier on, and
JP
that
Getty,
money itself.
Did you know him? Did you know him?
Money itself can actually become more trouble than it's worth. But there's a famous computer game designer. He only ever designed one game, and it's Minecraft, which even you may have heard of.
Right. Oh, well, don't tell a story now that you've identified.
No. It's this is public knowledge. He talks about these things regularly.
Right.
But he woke up with a cold one day, and or a flu, and he was fed up. He'd been working on it for about 8 years, and he put on Twitter, "Does anyone want to buy Minecraft?" And then Microsoft said, "We'll give you $2.4 billion."
Oh, well, I remember Steve Jobs saying that, the late Steve Jobs saying that, you know, your whatever it was, your $800 car will start and run just as well as your $250,000 car or whatever it was, that kind of thing. And, you know, I mean, absolutely right. I mean, I've had this philosophy years, because I was brought up with this marvelous man, my father, and he was the one that said, well, you can only wear one suit. I said, do you know, Dad, I'm actually working for a billionaire? And he said, well, you can only wear one suit.
Well, I think I've mentioned before, the only good bit of advice I ever got from my father in these 66 years was, don't have a better car than your client.
Oh, yes.
Because they'll think you're overcharging.
Well, I remember watching a lovely program, and it was the vet, and the vet was driving off with his bow tie and his hat and everything in the big Range Rover. And he said, don't forget the veterinaries need to live as well.
Well, listen, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Always lovely to hear you.
There's only 2 minutes before the shutters come down, so I better let you go.
Stay fabulous. You've shut the bar. Night, my dear fellow. There we are. That's our top swahey, and very good, very fair. I have to tell him, and no, we don't mind the old sharp tongue comments. as long as you don't mind one back. I mean, I see security guy, patch again. Murray, is that not right? I love when they send me through a little text saying we've got a new patch for you. We love it. Guys, we're out of time. I'm going to have to dash. I love you all. Dinky-Doo. We'll say bye-bye to our beautiful, beautiful people on the TikTok. And we'll have to say goodbye to our beautiful people on the YouTube. Love you. Stay fabulous. Oh, night-night.